Hey guys, this is Shawn Sanders. Thank you so much for clicking back onto my channel. So hit that like button, subscribe, and tell a friend about me. So it is Nonstop November, November 2nd. I hope everyone is having a great day. I know some people that aren't having a great day, and let's talk about this. So I'm holding my camera until I get my mount up. So if I'm shaking, I apologize in advance. So let's just talk about people buckling under pressure and my thoughts on that. So let's talk about people who aren't having a good day or a good week. Wendy Williams, she's not having a good week. Tyrese isn't having a good week. And Lisa Nicole isn't having a good week. So let's talk about that. I don't want to go into specifics. I believe that certain things can be a teachable moment to reflect on our own lives with either ourselves or our family. And when you're under pressure, under crisis, things manifest in certain ways that is not beneficial to your overall health. I do believe that Wendy Williams is under some personal pressure, some crisis, and is manifested in her physically. I hope she gets that taken care of. I hope she gets watched. I hope she goes to her doctor, her general practitioner, and get the once over, because it's not normal to faint. It's not normal. I am a woman also of particular age. I know what it's like to have hormonal ups and downs. I get that. Truly, I do. But your body has a way of giving you signals, and if you don't listen, they just get worse. So the fainting spell is a symptom of something else that she should probably get herself checked. It could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be psychological, but let's just face it, she has not been having a great week. Let's talk about Tyrese. Now this one I want to handle with some sensitivity, only because, one, I'm not so cynical to think that he's putting on an act. I know he's an actor. I know that a lot of people think that he's acting. I do think that he's a man under pressure, under crisis. And I watched I Am Beautiful Soul, check her out, and Lady Nika, check her out. And I even watched, I didn't get the chance to watch the whole thing, but I even watched Tommy Sotomayor, because I know that he has had a relationship with Tyrese in the past, and whether you love him or hate him, he does have this platform where he feels that he is advocating fathers' rights. So I was really interested to see what he had to say about this. What I want to talk about, again, another teachable moment. I'm not going to talk about whether what we are seeing is an act. What I always talk to friends of mine, and even when I think about what celebrities do, when I'm going through a serious social crisis, the last thing I would do, especially if I had money, is go to the court of public opinion for social media. I'm not understanding what it is he is wanting from that, because truly I believe that he got on camera for a reason. And the only thing I could think of is that he's trying to garner some sympathy, because where does this benefit him? See, if you're a person that has some wealth, you have people that handle things for you. And the last thing I would do is go to social media and give anyone, now it's out in the atmosphere, give anyone any kind of leverage, meaning my ex-wife or ex-spouse or ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the situation is. The last thing I would do would be handing over ammunition that could be used against me. Now, one thing I don't want to do is be cynical. I am a second wife. I am a stepmother. I do know what the angst is for a father who does not have their child, that goes through the court system. I understand as a wife and having a husband with a child and going through the back and forth. It was rough in the beginning. And I Am Beautiful. So, I was thinking the same thing, like, where is his wife? Because a wife, my job would be protecting my husband. Now, granted, he's a grown man, and maybe, she doesn't have any kind of power where he can listen to her. And then I was thinking, poor woman. I don't even think they've been married a whole year. Have they been married a year? Put it down in the comments. Here it is in your newlywed, newly married stage, and you're forced with this crisis, and then you're watching your spouse, bend under pressure. That can't be easy for a new marriage, a new union. So that I was thinking about that as well. My advice for Therese is to, maybe you should rewind some of your videos and get some inspiration from some of the things you've been trying to tell other people. Maybe you should do that so you can find some peace. Find a pastor to talk to. But stay off of social media. This is not helping you. I think it's hurting you more than helping you. And the only thing I can think of is that you're trying to gain sympathy. And this is going to backfire. It's going to give the opponent more ammo against you. If I was his wife, I would be confiscating his phone, and we would be going somewhere and seeking some family counseling and some one-on-one counseling. Okay, so now Lisa Nicole Cloud from Married with Medicine, as you guys know, is coming back on Sunday, and it's my understanding that she is now a friend of the show. She has demoted herself, which I think was a good idea, because truly the insight about her and her husband has come to light. All over the blogs has been going around this audio. And I want to know who released the audio. Like, how did this audio get into the public hands? Was this done on purpose? Because, wow, that was a lot. But are we surprised? Are we surprised? I have no words to say other than some people really like to be caught in the drama. I've told this story before, and Lisa she reminds me a lot of the story I'm going to tell you. And it's the story of the dog that sits on the tack. So there was a man that was walking down the street, and he passes his house. His house has a beautiful front patio there where an old couple is sitting in their rocking chair, and there's a dog, and he's just Woo! And the guy walks his dog, and he hears the dog Woo! And he's like, he walks his dog all the time, and the old couple's sitting there rocking a chair, and they don't say anything, and the dog, every time he passes their house, Woo! So he decided, you know what, I'm tired of hearing that dog. He sounds like he's in a lot of pain, and I'm going to ask them, why is it they don't do anything? So he walks his dog again, and he hears the Woo! And he says, I don't mean to impose, but, I really would like to ask you a question. Why is your dog, every time I see, he's moaning in pain? And the old man sitting on the rocking chair, he's rocking back and forth, and he says, he's sitting on a tack. And the gentleman goes, he's sitting on a tack? Well, why don't you do something? And he says, as he's rocking his chair, he goes, when the dog doesn't feel like sitting on a tack anymore, he'll get up. Lisa, how long are you going to sit on this tack about your husband who is chronically disrespecting you as a woman, as a wife, as the mother of his children? How long are you going to sit on the tack of all of this and continue to take it? Like, as a friend, if Lisa was my friend, like people are going to stay in stuff for as long as they want to stay. I don't know what the situation is. Maybe she doesn't want to be alone. She obviously values the idea of being married, even though the marriage, from what we see on the outside looking in, is not really a marriage. But some women are wrapped up into saying I'm married, kind of like Phaedra. She was all wrapped up in the idea of saying I'm married. Well, not all marriages are marriages to be talking about or bragging about. So how long are you going to sit on the tag, Lisa? Because clearly, when you hear the video, I think it's on the Shade Room, she's completely unhinged. And why is she yelling at her husband? Why is she yelling at this woman? And it's almost like a parent-child relationship. And I'm going to tell you something. I'll give you a nugget. Anytime you are in an intimate relationship, marriage, dating, and the situation is a child-parent relationship, it's just like any child-parent relationship. Eventually, the child is going to find its natural transition to break away from the parent. So if you're allowing yourself to set up between this nagging mom figure and your husband is this child figure, eventually, because I don't think Lisa would ever file for divorce. If anyone's going to do it, it would have to be Darren, and then she would end up being the martyr. I'm saying she's unglued because she even brought her children in it. And I know, maybe not this last finale, but the one before, she says that she's talked to her kids, and then in other cases she says the kids don't know. You purposefully, and they're little kids, they're not teenagers. They're like under 13. I don't even think the oldest one is 12. So you drag the children, because we could hear it in the phone conversation. You drag the children. I believe, and I truly believe this in my heart, if I was in a situation where I am dragging my children and I'm talking to my husband the way, like if I was Lisa and I heard myself responding the way I was responding to my husband, that for me would be the moment where I'm like, you know what? We need to break this off. We need to end, because it's clearly a irreparable situation. I don't see how that can be repaired. There's too much brokenness. There's too much anger. There's too much disrespect, which breeds resentment, which breeds this, Darren always has this unaffected way, which would make a woman really angry. I don't see a recipe for it being a healthy marriage. And for me, I would have to walk away, because I can't see where that is good for your psyche, where that's good for your emotional health. You can't be a good mom, when you're screaming and yelling like that. It permeates in all other relationships. I'm sure you can put a good front, many of us do, but that has to eat away of who you are as a person, as a human being. And frankly, for anybody that's going through something like that, you deserve better. But you only deserve better when you know you deserve better. So that's all I have for now. Nonstop November. Take care of yourself and each other. Oh, and by the way, for my fellow YouTubers that watch my channel, what makes videos pop up? Because I've been getting a lot of traffic with my video, My Brush with HIV. Some of it has been positive feedback, some of it has been negative, but I keep seeing that one, people responding to that. And I did that collaboration with Sean like months ago. So I'm curious to find out what happens in the algorithm where certain videos pop up. I'm really interested to know. So yeah, I find that one, out of all the videos I've done, that's getting a lot of traffic, a lot of feedback. I get a comment on it almost every day now for the past month. So I want to know if you could help me out, my fellow YouTubers, what happens with that? How does that happen? So I can have some understanding, okay? Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Make sure you get the notifications, because I got 28 more videos to do. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye.